Ray. What do you want to do tonight?
Same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world.
How are you? This is Brian Johnson, your friendly philosopher here. Today I'm going to bring you the 50 things I'm going to do today. The 50 things that I try to integrate into my life and that I think you will enjoy integrating into your life. All right, we'll go ahead and jump right into it. Number one out of the 50 things I'm going to do today. Number one, grow. We're either growing or dying, either stepping forward into growth or back into safety. My vote, let's grow. Seize every moment as another opportunity to expand your soul. Grow, grow, grow. Number two, dream. In the words of one of my favorite teachers, James Allen, and I quote, "The greatest achievement was at first and for a time a dream. The oak sleeps in the acorn, the bird waits in the egg, and in the highest vision of the soul, a waking angel stirs. Dreams are the seedlings of realities." Wow, I love that. So what are you dreaming of today? Number three, floss. I'm not kidding. It's all about the little things, I'm telling you. A number of years ago, I asked a mentor of mine what one thing he would recommend. His advice? Do the little things to the best of your ability. From putting a sock straight in the hamper, to washing your dishes immediately, to flossing your teeth. His point? There are no little things. And when you get in the habit of living at your highest potential with the mundane things, it becomes second nature for the bigger stuff. So, floss your teeth. It'll build strong habits and even make your trip to the dentist a lot more pleasant. Seriously, it's fun to have a dentist tell you how good your gums look. Number four, breathe. Often. You know, that whole oxygen and carbon dioxide moving through your body thing. It's really good for you. Seriously. Stressed? Slow down. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Shoulders up, shoulders down. Breathe in, breathe out. Now, isn't that nice? I think so too. So does every cell in your body that you just nourished. Tip. Ever watch a baby breathe? Notice how the baby's belly just goes up and down? Up and down. Now that's a nice deep breath from the belly. That's how you want to breathe. It's called breathing into your diaphragm. Babies get it. Somewhere along the line, stress moved our breath up and up and up until we were taking shallow breaths and barely getting any air. Eek. Try this. Put your hand on your belly. Try to keep your chest still while you make your hand and your belly move in and out. Try that out. Now, why should you care? Because right there at the bottom of your lungs is where all the really friendly little lung guys hang out, waiting to collect the most oxygen for you. Now that was the very technical scientific description. But seriously, breathe deeply, increase your oxygen, reduce stress. Number five, smile. Isn't that nice? It's amazing what a smile can do. I once read about a study where depressed people were split into two groups. One group looked into a mirror and smiled for 30 minutes a day for 30 days. That's it. Just looked at themselves and smiled. The other group didn't. At the end of the study, the smilers were significantly more happy than the other group. Isn't that cool? Lesson, smile. Now. Tickle, tickle. Give me a little smile, will you? There you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Thank you. Number six, sweat. You get sweaty today? I hope so. Our bodies were made to move. We weren't really designed to be sitting in front of a computer or in a car all day long. Get out and move. When you pump blood through your vessels and air through your lungs, it's kind of like taking your insides to a car wash. Even comes with an air freshener, but actually that actually comes after the shower, which is number seven. Shower. Now, my guess is you're already doing that one, but how about this? Next time you jump in, start with freezing cold water. That'll wake you up. Then go to warm/hot and alternate it a couple of times during your shower. Your blood vessels and capillaries will thank you, and the cold-hot cold combo is kind of like a mini workout for your circulatory system. While you're doing that, you might want to remember the whole idea of gratitude, as you appreciate the fact that you're in a fortunate group of people who actually have the means to even regulate a shower like that. We'll get to gratitude later. That was number seven. Number eight, be nice. I don't know if you've ever heard of the effects of kindness on the brain. It's amazing stuff. I was reading Wayne Dyer, and he shares an amazing science of kindness in his book, Power of Intention, which, if you haven't read it, Go get a copy. It's awesome. His story goes something like this. Serotonin is a drug that makes you feel good. It's what the pharmaceutical companies pump into those wonderful little antidepressants. It's also a little drug God decided to pump into our brains when we do things he, she, it, whatever likes. It's kind of like a little reward for good behavior, you know? Anyway, get this. When you do something kind for someone else, the person you're helping has serotonin released in her brain. She feels happier. And so do you. That's pretty good news. 2 more serotonin-induced happier people in the world. Woohoo! But the most amazing thing is this. Not only do you and the person you helped feel better, so does some random person who happened to watch your act of kindness. I think that's amazing. And if that isn't a sign that we should be more kind, I don't know what is. All right, number 9. Be grateful. Gratitude. Now that is a powerful emotion. I dare you to be depressed, angry, stressed, whatever, while you're thinking of something for which you're grateful. It's impossible. Go ahead and try it. Get really upset right now. Or just wait till it happens next. Then take a moment to step out of that anger, stress, depression to think of 3 things that make you grateful. It could be the fact that you're alive, that you're listening to this now, or whatever. Just give yourself the gift of gratitude. Number 10. Drink plenty of water. You drinking water today? Bare minimum is 64 ounces per day. That's 8 cups. Your body needs water for everything from releasing toxins to maintaining skin health. If you're not drinking enough water, your energy level will drop and you'll be more likely to get headaches. Your brain and your heart are especially sensitive to even the slightest levels of dehydration. If you don't drink enough water, your blood volume will be affected, requiring your heart to pump harder to circulate blood throughout your body, and the chemical and electrical signals in your brain need water. You'll feel tired and lethargic if you're thirsty. So the tip is drink at least 8 cups of water every day for a week. You'll be surprised with the boost of energy you get. Please trust me on that one. Number 11, take responsibility for your life. Are you blaming a bad job, a bad childhood, a bad relationship, or a bad wherever for who you are? I hope not. Because if you are, then you're not helping your chances of being consistently happy. You can study this in a lab. They do so at any university around. You can see what's called learned helplessness. If you think you're helpless and you're not taking responsibility for your life, you will be significantly and statistically and scientifically less happy, less fulfilled, less healthy, all the things you want to be. So take responsibility for the things you can't control in your life. Number 12, meditate. Slow down, breathe. Quiet your mind and your body for a moment or 2 or 3, whether it's for 20 minutes in the morning or night or both, or 20 seconds at a stoplight. Take a deep breath in, exhale, clear your mind. Number 13, be here right now. The present moment. You hear about that quite a bit. Technically, it's all we have. One moment after the next, after the next. You can worry about the future or look back all you want, but at some point we need to consider the fact that life is here to be lived right now. So, be present. Number 14, turn off your TV, please. Better yet, never turn it on. This one's actually for you. I haven't had a TV plugged in for years. All right, now guess the average emotion of your average TV viewer. Did you guess mild depression? If so, you are correct. Isn't that frightening? It makes sense though, right? Your soul knows that when you sit down and you just plop yourself in front of a TV to watch some fictional drama unfold or distract yourself in the myriad of numbing selections, that you're not living at your highest potential. And it rewards you with a nice dose of mild depression. So turn off your TV, pretty please, and open a book. It's number 15. And then after you open the book, read it. It's really good. And question, have you read anything good lately? I hope so. Take some time. It's fun. Your brain will thank you, and everyone around you will be happy to know you're thinking. If you're looking for some good picks, check out thinkarte.com. I've got some of my favorites up there that I think you'd dig. Number 16, learn out loud. Learn out loud? Yep. Audio learning is hot. And certainly taken over my life. You're listening to this podcast. Actually, compliments of learnoutloud.com, John Bishke, who runs this. is hooking me up and giving us the opportunity to chat together today, and up to some amazing stuff at learnoutloud.com. And it's honestly amazing how much you can learn in a day when you take advantage of audio learning. Completely changed my life. Thank you, Steve Jobs, for the iPod, and everybody out there creating amazing audio content. Take advantage of your workouts, your drives to work, and learn out loud. Number 17, pay your bills with a smile. Never let a dollar come in or go out of your hands without gratitude. Thank whoever gave you the money and whoever gave you the services or products you're now paying for. Honor the exchange. Think about how many people you're supporting as you circulate energy in the form of money. Make it a spiritual practice. Powerful, powerful stuff. Number 18, get a journal and use it. I highly recommend you take a moment or two each day to chill with a pen and paper. It's an incredible way to think through challenges, express your emotions, or plan your life. Number 19, ask yourself, what would I do if I wasn't afraid? Then do it. Number 20, ask yourself that question again. What would I do if I wasn't afraid? And do it again and again. You do that 10 times and I guarantee you'll be a different person. Do it every moment and you'll be telling your story to the world. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, always, 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 always do the thing you fear, and the death of fear is certain. My God, I love that. What are you afraid of? Go out and do it. Number 21, create a new habit. Right now, what one thing do you know you should be doing that would most dramatically change your life? Think about that. What one thing do you know you should be doing that would most dramatically change your life? Okay, commit to creating that habit now. Number 22, become aware. Awareness. It's really the definition of enlightenment. When you're aware, you're awake. That is, not asleep. You're not just going through the conditioned moments of your habitual life. You're consciously creating it. That's powerful. Did you know the word Buddha, which is really more of a title than a name, comes from the Sanskrit Budh. I don't know how you pronounce that, but it's B-U-D-H, which means one who is awake to reality. How cool is that? Become awake. Become aware. Number 23, step forward. Abraham Maslow broke it down for us in simple terms. He told us that in any given moment, you have two options. You can step forward into growth, or you can step back into safety. Pretty simple, really. Become aware of your behavior. Become aware of the decisions you're making every moment of your life. The decision to speak authentically, stepping forward into growth, or to say what you think you should say, which is back into safety. Pay attention to your decision to either go out for the run you promised yourself that morning, or to make up an excuse as to why you just can't do it today. Become aware. Become conscious of who you are and the decisions you're making, how you're expressing yourself, and what you're actually doing. Your destiny is shaped by your moment-to-moment decisions. So choose wisely and step forward. Number 24, say yes. Here's a quick exercise. Take a moment and say no out loud right now. Say it. Seriously. No. Say it again. No. Again. No, 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 no. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. All right. How do you feel when you say that? Now say yes. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Do you notice a slight difference? When you say no, do you feel yourself almost shutting down, collapsing in? How about when you say yes? Do you almost feel your whole body and spirit uplifting? It's amazing, isn't it? Here's the lesson. Say yes more today. Go for it. Live a little. Number 25, one of my favorites. Quit worrying about what other people think. That's a big one. Really big. Really, 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 really big. First of all, let's be clear about one thing. You're worried about what someone else thinks of you, right? Okay. Now, while you're doing that, what do you think they're worried about? Ha, exactly. They're worried about what you think of them. But you're so busy worrying about what they think of you that you're not even spending much time thinking about them. You follow that? To be honest, whether or not that's true all the time is irrelevant, although I do think it's true most of the time. In any case, if you're going to live your life dependent on the good opinion of others for your happiness, then I'll put it to you bluntly, you're screwed. Moving on from there. Actually, we'll continue with that. There's no way you can please everyone all the time. Even someone who wins an election by a landslide still had 30 or 40% of the people who disapproved of her. Further, and I'd say much more importantly, by worrying about what other people think of you and working hard to try to please them, you're losing the essence of who you are. You're expressing such a small fraction of who you truly are. And that is not cool. So quit worrying about what other people think of you. Pretty please. All right, number 26. Quick quiz. How many ears do you have? All right, how many mouths, right? Try that ratio when you're listening to speaking, would you please? Thank you. So number 26 is a listen. Number 27, put the sock straight in the hamper. Remember the whole flossing, do the little things thing? Good. Same thing here. Do the little things the way you know you should. And that sock belongs in the hamper. Number 28, push yourself. In the words of William James, the 19th century U.S. philosopher and psychologist, you have enormous untapped power you'll probably never tap, because most people never run far enough on their first wind to ever find they have a second. God, that's amazing. How about we tap that power? The way to do it? Push yourself a little harder. Let's take a really quick look at the training effect, a concept used to build your body, and see how it applies to our lives. The same principle that applies to building muscles in the gym applies to building excellence in our lives. In order to grow, we must consistently push ourselves just a little bit past our current comfort zone. In exercise physiology parlance, this is called the training effect. The principles involved? Number 1, overload. You must overload your body with more stress than it can currently handle. Not too much, as this may lead to injury, but enough so you're out of your current comfort zone. The second part is overcompensation. So once you overload your body is pretty smart. It doesn't like to get its butt kicked, so what does it do? It overcompensates and repairs itself so that next time it's stronger and capable of withstanding the stress you just put on it previously. The training effect explains how muscles grow, how your heart is trained to beat more efficiently, and how your lungs are trained to distribute oxygen more efficiently. It's also the same principle that dictates growth in other aspects of our life. From our ability to give presentations at work, to our ability to have challenging conversations with people we love. Go out and train. Push yourself a little further today and see just how far you can go. Number 29, move. Take action. I often imagine a powerful river with a stream of water that is moving. How beautiful is that? How pure and powerful. Contrast that with a little stagnant pool of water just sitting there, not moving. It's gross. Scum gathering on top, bugs all cruising around, yuck. The difference between the two? One's moving and the other's not. The lesson? Move, flow. Don't get stagnant and invite the scum, especially when you're stressed and don't feel like doing anything but lying in bed and moping. That's exactly when you need to make sure the pond scum doesn't start to grow. Move, pretty please. Number 30, be authentic. Authenticity. Did you know that the word authentic literally means to be your own author? Be you. Don't pretend to be anyone or anything else. Pretty please. One of my friends and favorite teachers, Dan Millman, actually taught me that, along with a lot of other stuff woven through here. If you aren't familiar with Dan's work, you can check him out at www.danmillman.com. I recommend you start with a book called The Way of the Peaceful Warrior, which will soon be released as a movie starring Nick Nolte, and then go from there. Thanks, Dan. Number 31, stop. Earlier we covered one habit you should create today that would most beneficially change your life. Now the question is, what one thing do you know you should stop doing? You might have more than one, but what one thing do you know you just simply need to stop doing? It's not serving you anymore, not that it ever did. But if you want to live with consistent happiness, what must you stop doing? You got it? Good. Write it down. Say it out loud, whatever you got to do. Now stop doing it. Now, forever. The next time you feel the urge and you feel your habituated self pulling you so strongly toward that behavior, stop. It might be helpful to replace that old behavior with a new, more positive one. Say you tend to yell at people you love when you get stressed. Catch yourself doing it. There's that awareness again. Pause, then pick something new to do. Maybe smile, take a deep breath or two, whatever it takes. But the bottom line is simple. Pick that one thing you need to stop doing and stop doing it. Shoo, good work. That one's going to be tough, but do it. Number 32, another one of my favorites. Act as if. I recently read an amazing passage from Wayne Dyer's book, Real Magic. The way he described acting as if is genius. My rendition goes something like this. Who do you want to be? What's your ideal? Are you enlightened? Are you in perfect physical shape? Whatever it is, get that image. Then, on a moment-to-moment basis, act as if you already were that person. What would the enlightened being that you are do in this moment of tension? Perhaps breathe in, breathe out, gain perspective and maintain equanimity? Good. Then act like that enlightened person now. How about that perfectly healthy person that you imagine? Good. What would he or she do right now? What would they eat? How would they exercise? Perfect. That's what you do right now. Act as if. Moment to moment to moment. And sooner than you think, you won't be acting anymore. How amazingly cool is that? Number 33, regain your balance. Here's an exercise I often use to capture the importance of having a clear intention to regain our balance. All right. If you're at home, stand up. If you're not, and you're driving, please don't do this now, but think about doing it later. So stand up, put your arms straight out. Make sure you're in an area that's big enough so you can spin around. All right. Now that you're in that area, start spinning around. Give yourself a good 5, 10, 15 spins. Whatever it takes to get you a little off balance. All right. Now once you get there, I want you to stop spinning. Then I want you to do two different things. First, I want you to put your hands together like you're praying and stare at your fingertips. It brings you back to balance amazingly quickly. Then I want you to quit staring at your fingertips, and instead, I want you to look all around you, up, down, far away, to the right, to the left. Just look everywhere. Notice how that makes you feel. If you're like me, it probably makes you want to barf. Not a good feeling. For me, this exercise is a perfect metaphor for how having a clear intention in our life and how powerful that is. When things get stressful, i.e. when we're spun around, we have a couple of options. We can look all around us to get a sense of perspective, which usually leads to more confusion and nausea, or we can focus on what we know to be true, what our intention in life is, what the purpose of that experience is, and all that good stuff. That clarity brings us back to balance as quickly as staring at your fingertips. So the next time you're spinning, have a clear intention. Know that your highest intention is to grow as a more enlightened, loving, balanced, growth-oriented human being, or whatever it is for you, and come back to that to regain your balance. Try it out. Methinks you'll dig it. Number 34, go straight at your problems. There's a great story in John Bunyan's book, Pilgrim's Progress. It goes something like this. The main character experiences all kinds of challenges and tough situations on his metaphorical spiritual quest in life. The cool part is that he's blessed with a shield. This shield miraculously protects him against everything in front of him. Nothing can harm him as long as he approaches it head on. That magic shield works wonders, provided he goes straight at the challenge. If he runs away, he loses its magical powers. I love that. It's just such a beautiful image. And so true. Have you ever noticed that those huge problems you've had seem to vanish the moment you took them head on? I mean really head on, not vacillating kind of sort of head on. The things that really kick our ass are the ones we avoid. So the lesson I see is, don't show them your ass. Take them head on. Trust in the powers of your shield. What problem have you been running away from? Take it head on. Number 35, we're doing great. Almost there. 35, serve. It's so easy to spend all of our time asking what we can get out of a situation instead of what we can give. I don't know about you, but I feel stressed when I'm just focused on myself. The moment I get out of my own little set of fears, issues, whatever, and start thinking about how I can serve and give to those around me, my stress seems to evaporate. It's amazing. Try it out. The next time you're stressed, step back. See how you're focused on yourself and how you may not get what you wanted. Flip the situation around and see how you can give all of yourself to the situation. The irony here, of course, is that when you truly give yourself to the world, you'll get more than you ever dreamt of in return. The whole concept reminds me of one of my absolute favorite passages from Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. I don't know if you've read the book yet, but if not, check it out. Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Here's a passage from his introduction. Again and again, I therefore admonish my students in Europe and America. Don't aim at success. The more you aim at it and make it a target, the more you are going to miss it. For success, like happiness, cannot be pursued. It must ensue. And it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself. Happiness must happen, and the same holds for success. You have to let it happen by not caring about it. I want you to listen to what your conscience commands you to do, and go on to carry it out to the best of your knowledge. Then you will live to see that in the long run, I say, success will follow you precisely because you had forgotten to think about it. That's the Viktor Frankl, Man's Search for Meaning. Check it out. And remember to serve. Number 36, be the change. What do you want to see in the world? More peace, more love, more kindness, more courage? Well, according to Gandhi, the answer is simple. We must be the change we want to see. You want world peace? Bless the person who cut you off and honked at you on your way to work. Wish them a safe journey instead of getting caught up in their anger and impatience. You want more kindness? Smile at the person who might be frustrating you. Open the door for someone, pick up a piece of trash. Be kind. This is simple, but not easy. Be the change. Number 37, fill your water pot and hit the rock. Every great teacher will advise you to build habits and to consistently train yourself to do your best. The Buddha says it so beautifully when he reminds us that, quote, little by little a person becomes evil, as a water pot is filled by drops of water. Little by little a person becomes good, as a water pot is filled by drops of water. That's just amazing. Little by little. I think the stonecutter is another perfect metaphor for the process of growing into our full potential. You may have heard this story. It goes something like this. A stonecutter hits a rock with his hammer. The stone splits. The casual observer sees this and thinks, wow, that guy's really strong. I can't believe he broke that huge rock with a single blow. The reality, obviously, is that the stonecutter didn't break it in a single blow. He'd been hammering away at that rock for a long time. Many, many blows went into that rock before it finally split. Most people see someone who has achieved some level of success, whether it's enlightenment or celebrity status or financial wealth, and think, wow, they sure must be lucky. But obviously the stonecutter isn't strong enough to break a rock in one blow, and no one is lucky enough to reach any level of excellence without an equally diligent and consistent effort. So hit the rock again and again and again. You will break it. Oh, and by the way, quick FYI, once you're done with that rock, get ready to start swinging at the next one. Number 38, be consistent. One of my favorite lessons from training my body and helping others train theirs is the idea that you want to focus on consistency over intensity. It's not about getting all fired up one day and going off to the gym for an hour and a half and then waking up the next day unable to move. It's much better to just show up. Put in your 20 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes, whatever. Just do it consistently. Aristotle made it pretty clear. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. This applies to all aspects of our life. Quite simply, we are what we consistently do. Sure, it's a lot more fun to jump into the latest fad diet or hit the gym for an intense workout once a week or go to a motivational seminar, a yoga retreat, or whatever. But the question is not how intensely we get into any given workout or week of dieting or weekend of yoga. It's all about whether we have the self-mastery to do the things we know we should be doing consistently, moment to moment and week in and week out. All right, so now that you've mastered consistency, number 39, be inconsistent. All right, well, at least be willing and able to be inconsistent. It's so easy for us to get locked into a way of thinking or to maintain an opinion simply because we strongly felt a certain way at one point. But my God, if you can't break free and give yourself the power to change your mind, your job, your strategy, your relationships, whatever, you're kind of screwed. So I personally love Ralph Waldo Emerson's comments on the subject. He says, and I quote, "A foolish consistency is the hobgoblin of little minds, adored by little statesmen and philosophers and divines. With consistency, a great soul has simply nothing to do. He may as well concern himself with his shadow on the wall. Speak what you think now in hard words, and tomorrow speak what tomorrow thinks in hard words again, though it contradict everything you said today. Ah, so you shall be misunderstood. Is it so bad then to be misunderstood? Pythagoras was misunderstood, and Socrates, and Jesus, and Luther, and Copernicus, and Galileo, and Newton, and every pure and wise spirit that ever took flesh. To be great is to be misunderstood." End quote. Thank you, Ralph. So, my advice, please do us all a favor and don't be a hobgoblin. Okay? Thank you. All right, no more hobgoblins. Number 40. Embrace opposites. You know, yin and yang, light and dark, night and day, high tide, low tide, consistency, inconsistency, stuff like that. Life is full of opposites. Learn to live in a state where you appreciate it and see that you simply can't have light without dark. You can't have a day without night. You can't have a summer without a winter. Well, I guess you can in California, but you know what I mean. The more you appreciate this, the less you're going to be taken away by your sadness, despair, hopelessness. Transcend it, and you're even more golden. Number 41, make your room your cave. Your bedroom is for two things, sleeping and baby making. Period. So get rid of your TV, remove the clutter, read somewhere else. But keep the candles. Those are a nice touch. All right, number 42. Support someone in the process of achieving greatness. Support an artist, an entrepreneur, anyone and everyone who has enough courage to follow their dreams and try to make them a reality. Hire a personal trainer, work with a life coach, take a yoga class, go get a massage from a private practitioner, try acupuncture, talk to a nutritionist. Support people who have taken the risk to get paid to try to help you improve your life. Buy a CD from a musician who's out there living her dream. Go to a show, care enough to support them. And while you're at it, why not start with a friend of mine? His name's Rob Coslow. He's amazing. Since he was a kid, he's been annoying his piano teachers by adding new endings to Mozart and stuff. How cool is that? He just released his second incredible album of his solo piano work. It's amazing stuff. Support him while he works his butt off and takes a huge risk to get paid to do what he loves to do and share his gifts with the world. You can check him out and support him today by going to www.robcostlow.com. That's www.robcostlow.com. You're going to dig it. And after you're done supporting an artist, why don't you go ahead and support an entrepreneur? Whether it's the local pet store or a guy following his dream to create the world's next great company, like me, support them. I thank God every day for the amazing group of people who have invested in me. Without their capital, I wouldn't be talking to you right now. I wouldn't be up to what I'm up to with Think Arte and with Zods. So support someone today, whether it's an encouraging email, an introduction to a prospective partner or client, or even an investment in their venture. Do it. The world needs it. And speaking of entrepreneurs worth supporting, check out learnoutloud.com. John Bishke, the guy who runs it, is one of my closest friends. He also happens to be one of the biggest investors in me and in Zods, Inc. He decided to follow his passion to inspire people to reach their potential by encouraging us to seize every opportunity to learn. This guy's a learning freak. He's read, listened to nearly everything you can imagine and squeezes unimaginable amounts of time out of his day to feed his brain. He's on a mission to inspire others to do the same. He's got me hooked, and you should be hooked as well. So check him out. Sign up for his newsletter. Tell a friend about learnoutloud.com today and get learning. So remember, support someone in the process of achieving greatness, including yourself. Number 43. Follow your bliss. Those 3 words capture the message of Joseph Campbell, the amazing mythology guru and mentor to George Lucas, who based much of his Star Wars on the classic archetypal journeys Campbell discovered. It's rather simple. 3 words. 1, follow. 2, your. And 3, bliss. The key words are bliss and your. Not someone else's idea of your bliss. Not what you think should be your bliss. Not what you think would impress the crowd or appease the family. Your bliss. What truly gets you giddy. Oh yeah, and follow is kind of important as well. So get off your ass and go out there and follow your bliss. Pretty please. And thank you. Number 44. Use a dictionary. Read a word you don't know. Stop, please. Get a dictionary. Open it. Use one online, whatever. Find the word. Really complicated so far. And read that word's meaning. Make sure you get it. Perhaps even write your new word down. Now you can either leave the dictionary open or you can close it. That part's totally up to you. But please, 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 please expand your mind a bit and use a dictionary. Fancy words appreciated, and so does your intellect. Number 45. Quit comparing yourself to others. It's really a pointless exercise. I mean, it automatically creates a strained relationship with whomever you're comparing yourself to. Because you've either got to be superior or inferior to them, right? Neither is a good basis for a loving relationship. But that's not even the part that bothers me the most. Frankly, I think we're selling ourselves insanely short when we compare ourselves to others, which usually means to our peers. No respect to my peers, but if I need to compare myself to anyone, it would be to the greatest people who ever lived, the people who have left a mark on the world by giving as much of themselves as they could. Even that, though, would be a disservice to my Creator. He, she, it, whatever, created me, a unique mix of gifts and wackiness that is begging for its own unique expression. So if you need to do any comparison at all, do it with your potential self. In the words of William Faulkner, don't bother just to be better than your contemporaries or predecessors. Try to be better than yourself. Number 46, brush your teeth. Okay, I figured you've already got that one down already. But how about this? The next time you're doing it, instead of letting your mind wander for a couple minutes, hasn't already done that enough for a day? Just stop and look in the mirror. Look in your eyes and simply say, I love me, to yourself. It's kind of freaky, huh? Maybe the first time you do it, but you'll get over it. Seriously, do it. I love me. Say it again. And mean it. It's not a bad way to use your mind for a couple minutes, huh? I'm telling you, the little things count. Number 47. Squeeze the old Kegel. While you're maximizing your time in the bathroom, you might as well focus on squeezing the Kegel. You know, the old Kegel, that grand muscle of yours that starts and stops the flow of your pee. It's a scientific description. Squeeze it. Stop your pee. Start it. Stop, start, stop. Make a game out of it. See how many times you can do it. It's fun stuff. While you're getting a great workout, that'll make your partner kind of happy. So go ahead and do it. All right, number 49. Stretch. Isn't that nice? Stretch. You know you should, and it's good for you. Actually, we're on number 48 with stretch, by the way. So stretch. Doesn't need to be a full-blown routine, although that'd be great. But just stretch a little bit every chance you get. So stand up right now, if you're in the car, stretch a little bit, and stretch. Breathe in and smile while you're doing it, will you? Thank you. Number 49. Quit milking the cow. She doesn't like it and neither does your body. Seriously, dairy simply does not belong in your body. Let's think about this for a moment. Nature makes milk for mommy mammals to give to their offspring. Now a cow mommy needs the kind of milk that makes its little 60-pound baby, a 600-pound grown-up in 6 months. Yikes. That milk has some special needs, wouldn't you say? It's just a little bit different than the milk our mommies make for us, huh? So unless you're shooting for a crazy growth spurt into a 4.5-foot tall, 1,500-pound adult cow, why are you drinking this stuff? We won't even go into the details of all the hormones that are injected into a cow to make her lactate round the clock for months and months and months and months and months. I'll just say that without a doubt, the most powerful thing I've ever done with my diet is eliminating almost all dairy. My allergies and incessant mucus miraculously disappeared. My God, I wish I would have known about that when I was a kid so I could have avoided all those allergy shots every single week. Finally, I really have to ask this question. Who was the first crazy dude who hopped onto a cow and started sucking? That's just insane to me. There should be a rule against it. Unless you're willing to suck straight from a cow's teat, you don't get your milk with dinner. That's totally over the line, my apologies. And so is this. If you were really meant to drink milk beyond infancy, you'd still be sucking from your mother's teat. And that's just not cool for a grown adult. Way over the line. All right, number 50. The final of the first 50 things I'm going to do today. Say, thank you, 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 thank you. Go to bed with these words in your mind, wake up with them, and pop them in often throughout the day. As you say these words, you'll find your mind discovering all the wonderful things for which you're grateful. It's amazing. It reminds me of Meister Eckhart's wisdom. If the only prayer you ever say in your whole life is thank you, that would suffice. So thank you for listening to this first pass at the 50 things I'm going to do today. 50 more things will be on their way soon. I hope that you enjoy, and hope that you enjoy Zods.com, where we have a community of people who share these values and having fun, discovering their truth and living life to their fullest potential. Once again, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a wonderful day.